History has a way of repeating itself if you don't pay attention. In one video I'm telling you to forget your history, pretend you have no history, don't pay attention to history, drop your story. But there's a point where history does come in useful, and that happens to be where you learn from your mistakes and try not to make them again. A lot of times people mistake guilt for something wrong with the self, but guilt actually just has a single purpose of to help remind you that you don't want to do it that way again. So do pay attention to your history, take notes from it, notice where your patterns are, notice what it is that you do constantly that gets you in the same stupid situation over and over and over again. Because we all do that, don't we? So whatever your history is, learn from it. If you feel guilty about something, learn from that. It means it's something that you're trying to signal to yourself that you don't want to do again. So in order not to repeat history, pay attention to what history teaches you. On the mass level, we should pay attention to what history has taught us about maybe genocide isn't a good idea. And in our personal history, we can see patterns where we've created situations in our lives that we might not want to create anymore because they don't create happy moments. Nothing wrong with an unpleasant moment, but if you can have more happy ones, then why not, right? And the way to do that is to pay attention to your history, notice where you have patterns, and don't make the same mistakes. You can learn from the mistakes of others too. You don't have to learn just from your own mistakes. Take a look at the mistakes other people make and make a mental note not to do that yourself, because you might not want to be in the same situation. So, history has its place, and it does have its purpose. But then once you've retrieved the gifts that looking at your history has to give you, then drop it and be here now. Free the patterns that you had in history. Have you ever seen an animal suffering because of its history? Animals don't care about their history. Animals are better at being in the present moment than humans because they're better at being in the here and now. Have you ever seen animals wage war? I don't see herds of animals waging war against other species. They might chase each other off their little territories, but they don't do all-out wars like humans do. So animals don't live by their history. So maybe humans shouldn't live by their history either. So use history for what it is. A way to measure your patterns, things you don't want to do again, and then drop it. Don't identify yourself as your history. You are not the story.